Today we'll discuss about things in grammar that you can never avoid. Things in grammar that you can never avoid. What are they? First of all, articles. I have jotted down actually from the morning before my live session started. I jotted down all the things that I want to discuss today, and I hope you like all the points that I have jotted down. And if you have any more point to add, you can also share your own views with me. I would love to share your recommendations, but before that, let me first share my points with you, and then only we can compare and have a group discussion on that. So what are articles? They comprise of basically a, an and the definite article. I think I have discussed a bit about the definite article the in one of my earlier live sessions. So I won't go into the details of these particular parts of grammar. I would focus upon the inevitable areas of grammar that you can never avoid. You cannot just do without them. The next in this list is nouns. We all know nouns are naming words, and we have done them from our pre-school years. Now nouns are persons, things. Forgot to bring my red pen. I'll take it in my next live session. Okay, persons, things, or like names of car, tree, house. All these stuffs means the words which carry some name and the words with which are inevitably embedded in our everyday speech. Now what are pronouns? The next in this list is pronouns. He, she, it, his, her, which, that. How do they work? How do pronouns work? They are used in place of nouns. They are used in place of nouns. So I repeat, the first point that I shared is articles. Articles comprise of a and the. A, comma, an, a in an, comma, the, the, the. Pronouns. Next comes nouns. They are names of things, persons, for example, car, tree, house, etc. All the naming words. Basically, we have noticed that an article comes before the noun which cannot stand on its own. That means an article comes before the noun which is not independent. Now, when you are using a pronoun, you must always be sure that it is substituting a noun, and you should be clear about the noun it is replacing. You should be absolutely clear about the noun it is replacing. So when you are using a particular pronoun, no matter whatever noun you are substituting, you must always keep in mind that you should be very much justifying in your use of that particular pronoun, that whether you are neglecting the noun you are substituting by that pronoun. Okay, the next in my list is adjectives. The next unavoidable part of grammar which we can't do without in our day-to-day life are adjectives. They are, what do? They describe nouns. They describe the color, size, the degree, quality of the noun, and they also end in ate, able, ive. You can jot down, as I have jotted down before this performing this live session. You can also jot down with me, those who have joined this live chat, and you can recapitulate them later on for your personal use. ing, ed. I repeat, because beginners or those who are completely non-native speakers, they might get confused. So adjectives are the fourth thing in my list today, and they describe nouns. They describe the color, size, degree, quality of nouns, and they end in ate, able, ive, ing, ed. Okay. Now the fifth one in my list today is prepositions. They indicate place, direction and time. They indicate place, direction and time. And basically the most important, most commonly used prepositions are in, at, on, by, beside, before, after. So I repeat, prepositions are those words in English which indicate place, direction and time. The most commonly used prepositions are in, at, on, by, before, after, beside. I repeat, in, at, on, by, beside, before and after. Okay. The sixth one in my list today is verbs. So what are verbs? Verbs are action words. We know from our childhood, verbs are action words. They denote some action, some work done by the noun or the subject in the sentence. So verbs that combine with prepositions and have a special meaning because the phrase is a verb. I repeat, you might get confused, especially those who are beginners or those who are non-native speakers. Verbs that combine with prepositions and have a, let me underline, verbs that combine with prepositions and have a special meaning, they form actually phrasal verbs because there is a phrase in the verb. So you can very well relate that verbs and phrasal verbs are related to each other. Verbs are action words and they describe actions like run, talk, sit, listen, and when a verb combines with prepositions and have a special meaning, they are called phrasal verbs. Like get by, get with, get along, get in. I think you have a separate section in your grammar books called phrasal verbs, isn't it? You have done a lot of phrasal verbs, but remember, just by memorizing or just by learning them by heart or just by mugging them up won't help you. You have to use them in your daily speech so that you get accustomed to the meanings and to the usages of such phrasal verbs. Okay. The last one in my list today, or the seventh one, is adverbs. Now what are adverbs? They describe verbs, adjectives and other adverbs. They describe verbs, adjectives and other adverbs. They end in ly. Nouns, verbs, adjectives can also become adverbs by adding ly. So generally adverbs have ly. There is a saying that all ly words are adverbs, but all adverbs are not ly words. I repeat, all ly words are adverbs, but not all adverbs are ly words. That means whatever ly words are there in English, they can be called as adverbs, but the words, there are also some other words which do not end in ly and they are also adverbs. Okay. So I finish this particular live session with these 7 points. I will come later on again if there is elaborate discussion needed on these topics, because there are lots of students and viewers who demand specific and individual description or a discussion on the points that I discuss in a particular live session. And I am absolutely okay with it, because I feel glad when I get such demands from your end. If you are liking my lessons, please give it a thumbs up, because unless you give me a thumbs up, I do not it becomes hard for me to assess whether I am doing well, whether I am able to reach your hearts, whether I am able to communicate with you, whether my lessons are becoming interesting to you or appealing to you. And in order to join me in my daily live sessions throughout the day, you can go to my homepage of my YouTube channel, that's Tanushri's Reading Room, and you can subscribe to my channel, so that you will just have to click on the red subscribe button, and it's absolutely free. You just need internet, and by doing so you can share your comments, you can recommend topics of your choice, you can join me in this live sessions, and most importantly, whenever I come live or whatever activity starts in my channel at any time of the day, you will get an instant notification in your inbox for free, and you will be able to join me from any device you want then and there. So join me and tune in to my next session, which is coming very shortly, within a few minutes. Till then, stay happy and think upon the topics that I discussed in this session. Bye bye. Love you all.